Philosopher Log Part 2. I feel very philosophical, very wise when I'm sitting on this log. Um, this wooden spatula mic doesn't really convey the type of wisdom that I want to convey. It feels very homemade, and homemade doesn't feel very much like wisdom all the time, but it's fine. I want to share a little something with you this video. I've mentioned it in my previous video, and it's called identity. And how can we leverage identity to completely change our life, to become a new person, to be rebirthed, to be reborn as a better version of yourself, to become the ideal version of yourself today, like right now, instantly. It's actually a life hack. Let me explain this to you. So, despite being a YouTuber, one of my weakest skills is probably explaining stuff to people. So hear me out. I'm going to try to explain this to you as best as I can. If I fail to, it's completely my fault. I won't upload this video. I'll go cry in a room and I'll try again, okay? Identity. The whole concept of identity is that we want to change. We want to literally become a new person. We want to become better. We want to improve. And the problem with that is that to improve yourself and to improve the current version of yourself doesn't work. Who you are right now, your current identity, all your beliefs, trying to improve on yourself will never work. And let me explain why. When you try to improve yourself, let's say your identity is a video gamer. So, as a video gamer, no, I'm just trolling, dude. I'm just complete improving. How would I explain identity to someone? So identity is actually like a really big dick move, right? It's basically your current self is right here. He's kind of down here, right? It's who you currently are. And maybe you don't do the best habits. You don't have the best habits, the best discipline. You're not very like sociable, however you say that word. And this up here is your ideal self. It's who you would wish to be, like a very disciplined, sociable, charismatic person who makes a lot of money, let's say. That is your ideal self. So what most people do is that they're down here, they're on this version of themselves, and they just try to improve. You know what I mean? They try to improve themselves. They try to start meditating more. They try to start exercising more, and maybe they go up a little bit, but then they get slingshotted right back down. They try to make a change, but they can't because they're still the same person. They're still the same person who isn't good at meditation, who can't really be consistent in exercise. Here's where the big dick move comes in. By using identity, we figure out who we want to become. We write it all down in a document. Someone who's disciplined, exercises every day, blah, blah, blah. We write that down and then we make the decision to become that person today. Like we are that person. If you want to exercise every day, you tell yourself that you are an athlete. If you want to become a YouTuber one day, you don't just say, "Oh, I want to become a YouTuber one day." You say to yourself, "I am a YouTuber." And it might sound really cheesy, it might sound cringe, it might be like, "Oh, but actually I'm not. I don't even have any videos uploaded." But you say it anyway. You say, "I am a YouTuber." You pretend like you already are the person that you want to be. And through this, you take the actions that your ideal version of yourself would take. So let's say that you're an athlete. You tell yourself, I'm an athlete, and then you start to think to yourself, okay, I'm an athlete. If I'm an athlete, what would I do? Well, I would work out. I would eat nutritious meals. I would work out not like a normal person. I'd work out like twice a day. I would play sports. I would get really athletic. I'd get my cardio up. You start to take all these actions to align with that identity. And you might be thinking, oh, but I never thought about that. And I still had a lot of improvements in my life. Like for me, I never consciously thought about like, oh, I gotta be the guy who's in the gym. I am the gym brat. I am the gym brat. I am the gym rat. And I was never like that. Yet I still have 3 years of training experience. But the point is that subconsciously, without me knowing it, my identity did change. Initially, when I first started working out, I wasn't like it wasn't part of my identity yet. Like I just wanted to be healthier, so I started working out here and there. Here's the kicker: I wasn't super consistent. I wasn't super consistent, but I still kept going at it maybe like 3, 4 times a week, aiming for like 6 times a week of working out. And I would start to work out, and slowly I started to see results. And I started to get abs, I started to get like a bigger chest, bigger arms. And from that, I was like, oh shit, wait, this is kind of cool. But my identity still didn't change. I was still like a gamer who just like exercised. I was just a gamer who exercised. But when I got to school one day, and when I would go to school, I started to realize that I was becoming stronger than the people around me. There's this one story I tell all the time where I'm in English class and everyone is lining up to arm wrestle me and I'm taking them all down, every single one of them, people who are taller than me, shorter than me. I'm taking them all down in arm wrestles. And experiences like that where I started to realize that I was becoming stronger than the people around me is what really solidified that identity. I was like, "Oh shit. I exercise, I work out." And becoming fit, becoming strong became a part of my identity. It's just who I was. I was just like a strong, physically strong person. I was a guy who went to the gym. I was a guy who worked out. So in that sense, that became part of my identity. And when that happened, my consistency shot up. Like why would I skip a day in the gym? Like I'm a strong person. I'm a guy who works out. Why would I ever skip a day in the gym? Because that's just how my identity is now. But compared to like initially, like the first 3 months of when I started working out, like I would miss a workout. I'd be like, I just want to be healthier. Like if I miss a workout here and there, it's fine. You know, as long as I'm working out, I'll be healthy. But now it's like if you miss a day of working out, it's like I mean, it just feels wrong. It feels wrong because your current identity doesn't support that, and that's just how it is. So, what can you actually do? How can you reap the benefits of identity and get instant change? You just create an identity for yourself. You find out where you want to be, and you write it all down in a document. All the character traits, all the skills, the, just describe who you want to become, and then become that person. Decide to become that person. It sounds very like guru like, but it works. And I've been in a slump the past 2 months. I'm gonna start doing this again because when I did it, it worked. It worked instantly. Like there's this one thing I would tell myself. It's kind of like telling other people what your identity is and your like affirmations are like kind of cringe. But like I would tell myself I'm a CEO, and immediately I would just sit straighter up. I would like instantly be more confident. I'd instantly start doing more work. It was crazy. It's actually crazy. So find out who you want to be. Maybe you want to be like a Quran reciter. Maybe you want to be okay. Maybe not scholar. Don't be like I'm a scholar and then be like yeah, and then start giving fatwas to people. And maybe don't do that. But maybe you want to be a Quran reciter, and maybe your Quran recitation isn't that good. Then you say to yourself, I am a Quran reciter, and you stand up straight, and you're like, hello, huh? Crazy? What? Yes. Huh? Really? Are you scared of frogs? Are you scared of it? Is it inside already? It's okay. You want me to throw it out? Okay. What was I talking about? Identity. I really suck at explaining things, man. What the freak? I feel like this was not very helpful. Maybe it's a limiting belief, but that's just how I feel. I need to get better at explaining things. Let's go inside and figure out how to explain things better.